Under the lights of the LBS Financial Credit Union pyramid, two teams enter looking to turn the beat of their respective seasons around. We welcome you courtside to the LBS Financial Credit Union pyramid, and thank you for joining us on a Thursday night for some Big West women's basketball. I'm JayDe Beaudry alongside Brandon Rodriguez for a matchup between the Highlanders of UC Riverside and Long Beach State. Long Beach State have made all the wrong headlines this season and currently sit at 2-17 with a 1-8 record in conference play. Back-to-back blowout losses at the hands of Cal State Fullerton and UC Santa Barbara have seen the Beach once again drop to the bottom of the Big West, where they stand alone. However, third-year head coach Amy Wright can take some confidence into this game, knowing both wins for her squad this season have come at home. Picked to finish 7th in the Big West preseason poll, UC Riverside's season has been anything but ordinary. Early injuries to star point guards Shelly Dushman, Zoe Tillery, and Aaliyah Stanton have forced head coach Brad Langston to look further down the bench for production. Yet after a hot 3-1 start to conference play, the Highlanders have since cooled down, losing their last 3 straight. UC Riverside now sitting in a tie with Hawaii for the final spot in the Big West Championships and will need to start stacking wins in a hurry to avoid falling off the pace. Brandon, these two teams have had similar seasons in more ways than one, including getting an offensive boost from unexpected places.
JayDe, Jacoya Jones-Brown will need to continue her tear, but Rosie Akot is coming off a 16-point game versus Cal State Fullerton and a 12-point game versus UCSB. She has been electric, and she's starting to find her footing late in the season and becoming a much-needed young leader on this Beach team. But UCR has a dangerous Hannah Wickstrom. She had 21 points versus Long Beach State in their first matchup, followed that with a 28-point game versus Fullerton, then drops a 30 bomb against number 1 UC Irvine, and is coming off a 26-point performance against UC Davis. She mentioned in the past that she had fuel going against Aussies that were on the UC Hawaii, the Hawaiian team. We'll look to see how much fuel she has left against Rosie Akot, her fellow Aussie. JayDe, Riverside does not have a secret. They will run through this offense with Hannah Wickstrom, and she will score at will and she will rebound at will. But do not sleep on her supporting cast. Taylor Swanson, the young freshman, accounted for 16 points versus the Beach in their last matchup and shot perfect from the 3. And Maya Chicano shot 3 for 5 from the three-point line and finished with 13 points.
You mentioned that previous matchup, Brandon. These two teams have already had one dance this season. Tonight is the second. It was just a few weeks ago in Riverside that the Highlanders were able to run out with a double-digit victory. We'll run you through the starters here ahead of the tip for Long Beach State. It's Jacoya Jones-Brown, the freshman, Morgan Mack, Kylie Pepe, Brina Pukas, and Kenan Ka. Rosie Akot starts on the bench. For UCR, Kailani Polk, Seneca Hackley, Hannah Wickstrom, Taylor Swanson, and Bria Shine start together for the 11th straight game. Long Beach in all white with black and yellow trim. UC Riverside in all blue with some white trim around the uniforms, along with a checkered pattern down the sides, and we are set for the tip. Morgan Mack and Bria Shine go up, and Shine wins at first possession here for the Highlanders, attacking from left to right. Running the point is Kailani Polk at the top, defended by Morgan Mack. She goes inside to Shine. Shine at the top looks for an option, gets it to Wickstrom on the left wing. Wickstrom finds the cutting Hackley. Hackley picks up her dribble on the block, back up top. Swanson surveys her options, then goes back further to the top for Hackley. Hackley drives inside, scoop layup. Does not fall, but Kylie Pepe is called for the foul. And we have an early whistle here, and the Highlanders will head to the line.
Nice clean passing, JayDe. They were distributing the ball all around, trying to find their open options. Ultimately got the free throw.
Seneca Hackley will head to the line, the Colorado Springs native. A bit of a journeywoman throughout college basketball. Began her collegiate career with Florida Gulf Coast University, where she spent 2 seasons. That's her first free throw, rims in, and then after making an immediate impact and turning heads there, she went to Northern Colorado for a single season, started 25 games, scored 9 points per game, and over the past 2 years, she's made Riverside her home. She goes 2 for 2 on this trip from the line, and immediately the Highlanders go into a full court press, leading 2-0 here in the first quarter. Kylie Pepe takes it across half court herself, breaking the full court press. Now she's doubled at the half court stripe. Over to Jacoya Jones-Brown on the right side. Jones-Brown drives inside, puts up a floater off iron, and Holt comes away with the rebound and will look to push the pace for the Highlanders. Further on to Wickstrom. Wickstrom down towards the baseline on the right side. Gets past Morgan Mack, and as she goes up for the layup, is fouled. So back-to-back trips down the floor here to start this first quarter, Brandon, and back-to-back trips from the free throw line.
Yeah, good defense. She just happened to catch the wrist there. I know Morgan Mack is not happy with that call.
Morgan Mack has worked her way into the starting lineup over the past few games, has made 3 straight starts after an impressive performance against Riverside in Riverside. She sends Hannah Wickstrom to the line, though, and as she buries her first, we can talk a little bit about the incredible jump Wickstrom has had this season. She is leading not only the team, but the Big West in scoring, Brandon.
Yes, number 1 in the Big West, number 9 in the nation in scoring points.
22 points per game. She misses her second, but the Highlanders come away with the offensive rebound. They feed it back to Wickstrom inside, and her floater is up and good for 2. It's Riverside 5, Long Beach nothing. Here through the first minute of the first quarter, and UC Riverside immediately into a full court press. The Beach will look to break, and Kenan Ka gets the pass near half court and takes it across herself. Ka calls a play, picks up her dribble on the right wing, tries to get a pass to Pukas, and it's stolen away by Wickstrom. Wickstrom into the front court. A layup through contact is no good, and Hannah Wickstrom will head back to the line. An early turnover for the Beach Brand, and that has really been the problem for Amy Wright's squad over these past few games.
Yeah, turnovers have been a problem. They were able to polish it up after that Fullerton loss. That was way too many turnovers. I believe it was 38. Dropped that down to 11. But they need to clean up those turnovers if they want to come back into this game.
Wickstrom at the line again, hits her first. She'll be shooting 2. Hannah Wickstrom this season has had 10 20-point games and a career-high 36 points against Hawaii, one of 4 30-point games. She misses her second free throw, and the Beach come away quickly on the other end. Pukas, corner 3, nothing but nylon. Brenna Pukas gets the Beach on the board with a quick triple, and the lead is cut in half.
Absolute money from Brenna Pukas. What a shot.
Polk runs the offense for the Highlanders in the front court now. Calls out a play at the top, gets to Wickstrom left wing. Her triple rims in and out, rebounded by Morgan Mack, who looks to push the pace. Mack into the front court, handoff to Pukas on the right wing. Pukas, jab step, guarded by Polk, crosses over, tries to penetrate the perimeter, kicks it back out to Kenan Ka. Ka across the top, finds a cutting Jones Brown with a neat pass over the top, and Jones Brown gets the layup to fall. Long Beach State now only trails by 1, 6-5.
What a setup from the leader, Kenan Ka.
Polk from the top, skip pass to the corner for Shine. Bria Shine looks to back down Pepe into the paint, but she kicks it back up to Hackley on the right wing. Hackley to Polk, and then further on to Wickstrom. Wickstrom finds a cutting Hackley across the key, and as she pulls the ball down, she's called for a travel. Solid defense that time for the Beach, and the first time down the floor tonight, Brandon, that the Highlanders have not been sent to the free throw line.
I'll tell you what, JayDe, this Long Beach team's coming out confident. I like it.
Once again, Long Beach is able to break the press with ease. A big part of their success tonight will be the ability to break full court pressure. Pepe now handles at the top. Further on to Morgan Mack. Mack dribble drive to the left wing, picks up her dribble back to Pepe at the top of the key. Pepe dribble drive inside, working on Shine, picks up her dribble back to the top for Kenan Ka. Her 3 off front iron. Rebound goes to Wickstrom. Wickstrom comes away and will run it across half court with Brenna Pukas trailing. 5-on-4 here for the Highlanders. Polk drives baseline, kicks to the corner to Swanson. Swanson gets Pepe in the air, drives inside. Her floater, no good. Fought for the rebound, though, by Brenna Pukas, and Swanson is on the floor trying to force a jump ball. Instead, she's called for the foul.
Good strong play from Brenna Pukas. Fought for that rebound, able to get it. What a play from her.
Brenna Pukas coming off a game where she was 0 for 5 from the field against UC Santa Barbara. One of 6 games she's had this season where she hasn't hit a shot from the floor. She got the Beach on the board first, and she's back in the corner with the ball, feeds it back up top to Kenan Ka. Ka picks up her dribble, was looking for a handoff for Mack, who ran right by her. Now she hands off to Pepe, who drives inside, spin move, step through, and she's fouled by Bria Shine. That foul going to be called on Bria Shine, the 6th-year graduate student who spent 5 years at UC Davis. It'll be called on the floor, so the Beach will inbound.
Yeah, good clean play so far. If they can keep this up, they will see them limiting those turnovers that have been so much of an issue early this season.
Inbound goes to Jones Brown on the right block. Jones Brown puts up a wild layup, but it's off the window, 4-2. And just like that, Long Beach leads 7-6.
Try to draw a foul, but didn't need it anyway.
Back to the top for Polk. Riverside tried to work it quickly down low, but were met with a few white shirts. Now Polk runs the point. Picks up her dribble at the top, bounce pass to Hackley. Hackley gets a screen from Shine. Now dribbles inside the perimeter and picks up her dribble. Back up to Shine at the top. Shine further to Wickstrom on the right wing. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hannah Wickstrom crosses over. Back to the right wing for Hackley. Her 3 goes bottoms up. And Riverside retakes the lead at 9-7.
Yeah, Hackley just strong, confident shot. They found their open person. Take back the lead, 9-7.
Now Brenna Pukas for the first time will take the ball across half court and call out a play for the Beach offense. Gets a screen from Pepe on the right wing, now drives inside to the baseline and called for the blocking foul as Maya Chocano freshly checked into the game for Taylor Swanson. It's another foul on the floor that will give the Beach a chance to inbound from the baseline.
Yeah, good screen from Kyla Pepe gave so much space to Brenna Pukas on that right side of the court.
Long Beach goes 3 low, 1 high off the inbound. Ka, the inbounder, looks for motion around the baseline, gets it into Jones Brown. Jones Brown picks up her dribble. Now works inside, puts up a layup, defended well though by Michaela Minshaw, and the Highlanders come away with the air ball rebound. Wickstrom quickly on the other end, down to the block, spinning, looking for a shot opportunity, and she meets Brenna Pukas, who is then called for the foul. Referees very whistle happy here early, Brandon. Riverside will head to the line once again.
Yeah, Brenda Pukas was not happy with that call, JayDe. She right away kind of looked, kind of cringing at that call, but I thought it was good defense, JayDe.
Brenda Pukas had her hands straight up and making her return to the starting lineup tonight will want to stay out of foul trouble. As Wickstrom, once again at the line, is able to bury her first. Hannah Wickstrom hails from Melbourne, Australia. Prepped at Canberra College and led New South Wales to the 2023 U20 National Championship. She's had experience in Australia, but says the American game has given her a whole new challenge. Riverside now leads 11-7 off the make from Wickstrom. Ka quickly into the front court, tries to go cross court to Morgan Mack, who is cutting towards the hoop. And a pass goes through the hands of the freshman and out of bounds for a Long Beach turnover.
Yeah, just a sloppy pass, JayDe. She had that drive right, just wide open to the net.
Just a misplaced pass from Kenan Ka, way too high for the 5'10" Morgan Mack. Polk now in the front court. Highlanders lead 11-7, 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Polk tries an entry pass to Wickstrom, and Morgan Mack gets her hands in the air and deflects it out of bounds. Good defense there from the freshman, atoning for her butterfingers on the other end.
Ooh, fast hands, JayDe.
Now inbounding from the right wing will be Maya Chocano, native of Toronto, Canada. Bounces it into Polk, and the Highlanders have 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Polk gets a screen from Shine at the top. Further on to Wickstrom. Right wing three from Wickstrom is good. Riverside extends their lead to 7, and they immediately go into a full court press.
That's a confident shooter if I've ever seen one, JayDe.
Jacoya Jones-Brown trapped in the corner off the inbound pass, and called for the foul is Minshall.
She had Jacoya Jones-Brown right in her face, hand up, clean defense, but, I mean, she made the bucket anyways.
Long Beach State now able to break the press with ease as the Highlanders back out from the inbound. Kenan Ka, top of the key, hands off to Brenna Pukas. 5 minutes to go now. Long Beach trails 14-7. Pukas fakes the handoff to Mack on the right wing, now takes it to herself. Back up top for Kylie Pepe. Pepe squares up Shine, lets one fly from beyond the arc, and buries it. A big-time bucket from Kylie Pepe, and the deficit is 4.
What a great shot from Kylie Pepe.
Wickstrom drives quickly on the other end, down to the block, and the Highlanders work it back up top to Polk. Polk now, less than 5 minutes to go in this first quarter, gets it to Minshall on the right wing. Minshall finds a cutting Wickstrom to the top. Wickstrom back to the right wing for a triple from Polk, and Riverside is catching fire from beyond the arc.
JayDe, they're going to have to limit these three-pointers if they want to be in this game. This is what caused them to lose in that last matchup, allowing them to have 10 three-pointers.
Long Beach goes end-to-end, breaking the press with ease, and Kylie Pepe puts in the layup for 2. It's now Riverside 17, Long Beach 12. Now another long three. This one from Minshall misses everything. Excuse me, that was Chocano letting one fly from about 23 feet. Did not catch iron or nylon, and into the media timeout. A frantic start to this one. Riverside leads 17-12. Welcome back to the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid Media Timeout about to break. And these two teams, Brandon, have already met once this year, but they also met last year, and it was UC Riverside that ended Long Beach State's season in that Big West Championship's first round matchup.
Yeah, a 54-40 win over Long Beach State. And as we saw, the first half of the game was very competitive, very close. As likely we're going to be heading in that direction in this game. Both teams are playing pretty even, but ultimately it was a competitive third quarter that was able to give UCR space to win that game.
Last season, UC Riverside came in with expectations around where they started this season. They picked to finish 7th. They lost both conference matchups to Long Beach State in the regular season, but that postseason match in Henderson was a whole different story. Long Beach shot just 3 for 20 from beyond the arc, and after the first quarter, the score was 8-4 in favor of the Highlanders, a much higher scoring first quarter already here. UC Riverside leads 17-12, and although both these teams are not having the seasons they expected, with UC Riverside sitting at 4-5 and Long Beach sitting at 1-8 in conference play, the Highlanders still have confidence that they can make a return trip to the Big West. Multiple players on this roster have said not only do they want to go back to Henderson, they want to go further than they did last year, where they eventually lost to UC Davis in the quarterfinals. Rosie Acott, freshly checked into the game for the Beach, gets the long pass to break the full court press. Long Beach trails by 5 as Acott handles on the right wing. Back up top to Pepe. Pepe calls for a screen from Jones Brown, now goes to work inside the perimeter. Back up top to Jones Brown. Now Jones Brown dribbles inside to the free throw line and then back up top to Acott. Now Acott dribbles inside, kicks it to the left corner for Morgan Mack, who lets one fly. It rims in and out off iron, and Bria Shine comes down with the rebound.
Great pass along the great line from Rosie Acott. Found the open Morgan Mack.
An end-to-end now from UC Riverside. Michaela Menschel on the outlet pass buries a corner 3, and the Highlanders extend their lead to 8. It's now 20-12 as Long Beach breaks the full court press, and now Morgan Mack, full head of steam into the paint, goes down hard with contact. Did not get a shot up, but went right into the chest of Menschel. That's Menschel called for the blocking foul.
Great fire from Morgan Mack. Just drove the paint with authority.
And Menschel gets up, says she's okay. Morgan Mack put her head down, and they are going to call a shooting foul. Mack didn't get the ball off her hip, but referees deemed that she was in a shooting motion. Foul goes against Menschel, the native of Sydney, Australia, and she checks out. We'll be seeing a bit of her in this game. Is a solid contributor off the bench, playing about 20 minutes a game. Morgan Mack, though, at the free throw line, looking to cut into this Riverside lead. Long Beach State is in the bonus, so this is a 1-1 for Morgan Mack. She buries the first. Mack in her last 3 starts has put up positive performances, all except for her last start against UC Santa Barbara, where she was 0 for 4 in 20 minutes, did not score, and she misses her second free throw. So it's still a 7-point lead for the Highlanders. Up top, Kaylani Polk will run the offense, guarded by Rosie Acott. Polk, jab step, bounce pass to Wickstrom, right wing. Wickstrom squares up, now drives to the baseline and loses her dribble out of bounds. Morgan Mack applying solid pressure there, Brandon, and Long Beach able to force a rare error from Hannah Wickstrom.
Yeah, Morgan Mack is feeling confident, especially because of her last game against UCR where she had 11 points.
Highlanders still in the full court press as they have been throughout this first quarter. Jones Brown, long lob pass up top to Morgan Mack. 3-on-2 for Long Beach State. Mack tries to go to the corner. It's tipped by Wickstrom, but eventually falls into the hands of Pukas. Beach working around the perimeter. Left wing 3 from Kylie Pepe off the window, and Wickstrom comes away with the rebound. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Wickstrom looking to go coast to coast, picks up her dribble, now looks for an option, kicks it to the corner, and then the Highlanders working around the perimeter. Polk pulls a triple and connects. UC Riverside up to their largest lead of the night and even double digits. It's 23-13.
Yeah, that's Polk's second 3 of the game, now up to 6 points.
Pepe looks to go coast to coast, then kicks it out to Pukas in the corner. Pukas back up to the wing for Morgan Mack, who will collect. 15 seconds on the shot clock now for the Beach. Rosie Acott crossover top of the key, but she walked. Acott put her foot on the ground before the ball, and another costly error for Long Beach State as the Riverside lead has ballooned to 10.
Yeah, it's only their 3rd turnover of the game, but again, it's something they want to limit, and they can't be making kind of silly plays where it's a jab step and a travel.
UC Riverside already tonight 5 for 7 from beyond the arc. Looking to put the Beach behind the 8 ball early here in the first quarter. Kaylani Polk at the top to Wickstrom on the left wing, back to Polk. Gets a screen from Hackley, then Hackley rolls to the top of the key. Hackley picks up her dribble, and while drive on Brennan Pukas, shovel pass to the corner for Wickstrom, her 3, offside iron. Jones Brown rises highest for the rebound, and will now look to push in transition for the Beach. Out to Kenan Kaw, left wing. Kaw back up top to Jones Brown as the Highlanders get 5 behind the ball. Jones-Brown back to Ka in the corner. Gets her defender to fly by. Back to Jones-Brown. Left wing 3. Misses short off iron. Wickstrom comes away with another rebound. She's got 5 already. And now she goes between her legs, crossing over half court. Down to the block. Wickstrom goes up strong. Gets blocked by Kenan Ka. And she touched it last as it came down. Wickstrom not happy with the officials, but Kenan Ka applying solid defense, getting Long Beach State the ball back. Down 23-13, a minute 42 to go in the first.
Yeah, and a good adjustment, JayDe. Wickstrom is coming off, now has 9 points since that last time out, but hasn't got one yet. They're playing a strong double team against her. Good adjustment.
Long Beach looks to break the full court press once again. Ka will go alone against Wickstrom and gets the ball across half court. Wickstrom now applying pressure, and Ka spins away to the top of the key looking for an option to hand off to. Gets it to Jones-Brown cutting through the paint. Jones-Brown backs out to the right wing. Back up top to Brenna Pukas. Long triple from the freshman off the heel. Rebounded by Rosie Akot, and she goes right back up for 2. Rosie Akot on the boards and on the scoreboard. Long Beach State cuts the deficit down to 8.
Strong rebound and the strong second chance points. That's what's going to put Long Beach State back into this game.
Hackley left wing looks down low to Morello Talone. Morello Talone collects now at the left wing, puts up a shot and connects. That's Taylor Swanson. Able to make the most of her opportunity there, an inch of space, and she let one fly. Now less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Highlanders back up by 10, 25-15. Brenna Pukas gives it to Joy Jones-Brown, who will now call a play. 15 seconds on the shot clock to work with for the Beach. Into Haley right on the right wing. Hand off to Jones-Brown as she gets downhill. Now kicks it all the way across the court to the corner for Pukas. Back to the wing for Ka. Across for Haley Wright, who pulls a triple from the right wing. It misses off the back iron. And now Hannah Wickstrom will take it across for the Highlanders. About a 6.5 second difference between the shot and game clock. 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And Wickstrom will hold to drain the clock as much as she can. Guarded at the top by Pukas. Looking for a play call from Brad Langston on the bench. Now Wickstrom will go with 10 on the shot clock. Working against Haley right at the top. She gets around right, gets to the block, pump fakes, and gets fouled. No, she traveled. Officials with conflicting whistles there, and it's the travel call that prevails. Wickstrom walked, and now Long Beach will have 10 seconds to work with to close out the first quarter.
JayDe, that was a great collapse from the defense there. She was on an ISO, but everybody collapsed towards the paint.
10 seconds to work with as Jones-Brown looks to break the full court press alone. 6 seconds as she crosses half court, gets downhill to the block, puts up a layup, and Jacoya Jones-Brown goes 92 feet with the rock to close out the first quarter. Long Beach trails 25-15, but that last burst of speed is what Long Beach is going to need a lot more of tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, 92 feet and 92 miles per hour, JayDe. That was quick running from Jacoya Jones-Brown, able to get Long Beach State back into it, just a few less points going into the second quarter.
And Jacoya Jones-Brown closes out the first quarter with 6 points to lead the Beach. Hannah Wickstrom has 9 to lead the Highlanders. So set up for an exciting second quarter, a high-scoring first here inside the pyramid, and we'll catch you on the other side of the break here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State leads for just 29 seconds in their first quarter. It's the Highlanders who take the advantage and don't look back, Brandon, and coming into these second 10 minutes ahead of halftime, Long Beach will need to find a response and find some consistent scoring from their starters.
Yeah, and Hannah Wickstrom has been that electric player as we've come to expect. She's shooting 4 from 6 from the free throws, and that's just her game.
UCR 6 of 8 from the charity stripe in that first quarter as the Beach had the first possession here. Jacoya Jones-Brown strong off the glass, got down to her spot on the block but could not convert. Now the Highlanders work quickly into the front court. Swanson, bounce pass down low, finds her cutting big. Morello Talon for her first points of the night. Riverside back up by 10, 27-17. Pepe works at the top, crosses over on Swanson, has a inch of space now and gets down to the block. Her scoop layup goes through the nylon. Nifty handles there from Kylie Pepe.
What a crossover. I mean, she had her opponent lost there.
Up at the top now, running the point is Maria Mejia for UC Riverside. Mejia gets the ball back from Swanson on the wing. Now calls a play and calls for a swing. Gets it to Hackley, who goes down hard on the right wing. Rosie Akot was closing her down. And now Hackley a little slow to get up. Rosie Akot just could not set her feet, and that's a hard collision. And Hackley still down. Brad Langston coming over to make sure his point guard is okay. This is a Highlanders team that has already struggled this season with injuries. Seneca Hackley expected to come into the starting lineup this season and produce, and she has, averaging 9 points a game, but looks like she's hurt here on the hardwood. We'll step away and be right back on 22 West Radio. Seneca Hackley, after a moment on the floor, is able to walk off on her own power back to the bench. We mentioned those injuries going into the break, Brandon, that have really been costly for the Highlanders this season.
Yeah, and it's just not going to be a good look for the team. I mean, that's less people that can come off the bench and longer that the starters have to really stay out there.
Shelly Dushman, who was second team All-Big West last season, is out for the season with a shoulder injury alongside Aaliyah Stanton, who was Fullerton's leading scorer last year. She tore her ACL early on, just 4 games into the conference schedule. It looks like Hackley might have just bumped her knee on the hardwood there. Hope to see her back on the floor at some point. Riverside still leads 27-19 out of the break as Polk handles, kicks it to the corner for Wickstrom. Wickstrom drives on Rosie Akot, gets inside the paint, jump stops, and then puts the shot off the back iron. Akot comes down with the rebound after playing strong defense. Pepe across half court, gets it quickly to the top of the key, hands it off to Kenan Ka. Ka looks for an option, picks up her dribble over to Morgan Mack on the right wing. Polk pressuring. Back up top to Ka, bounce pass to Jacoya Jones-Brown, still at the top of the key. The Beach yet to penetrate the perimeter on this possession. Hand off to Rosie Akot. Now she gets downhill, puts up a strong layup that falls through the nylon. Long Beach cuts the deficit down to 6.
Rosie Akot is unstoppable in the paint. That's now her 4th point.
Kehlani Polk at the top. Looks for a pass along the wing, and it's poked away and controlled by Kenan Ka, who now gets into the front court and gets rejected. Kehlani Polk atones for the turnover and rejects Kenan Ka into the first row of the stands. It'll be an inbound opportunity from the Beach from the baseline.
Yeah, she just couldn't get separation from Kehlani Polk, and she said, not today.
Beach go into a high stack off the inbound. Ka looks for an option, gets it into Morgan Mack in the right corner. Mack handles, back up top to Jones-Brown on the wing. Jones-Brown now puts the ball on the hardwood, flips it over to Rosie Akot on the wing, and her 3 misses short. Offensive rebound tipped out to Jones-Brown. Beach get a second chance on this possession. Jones-Brown hands it off to Morgan Mack on the right wing. She crosses over through the legs, gets downhill, and meets 2 Highlanders in the paint, and she's called for the offensive foul. A bit out of control there from the freshman.
Yeah, they were playing clean to start that drive, looking for the open passes. I like the heat check from Rosie Akot, shooting a 3. They're cleaning things up, JD. I like it.
Rosie Akot, over the last 2 games, not only has stepped into the starting lineup, but she has made an impact. 16 points against Fullerton, 12 points against UC Santa Barbara. She's finding her form here for the Beach. Highlanders possess into the front court. Akot goes for the steal but misses, and Wickstrom could not penetrate the perimeter in time. Back up top to Polk. Polk entry pass. Look for Swanson, who was fouled at the free throw line by Kenan Ka.
That was a good double team pickup from Rosie Akot on Walcott. She was solo on, I believe it was Pukas, and then she just came over and was able to stop that offensive run right away.
Highlanders go into a box set off the inbound. Wickstrom cuts to the baseline, gets the inbound pass, puts up a wild layup and misses. And then an offensive rebound over the back foul is called against Taylor Swanson, fighting for position against Rosie Akot.
JayDe, Wickstrom still is yet to score. It's kind of surprising, right?
Wickstrom hasn't scored through the first 3 minutes of this second quarter. She was also kept cold through the last 2 of the first, as Long Beach breaks the full court press with ease, trailing only by 6, 27-21. To the corner for Cobb, back up to the wing for Jones Brown, over the top for Pepe. Pepe handles, looks for an option, calls for a screen. Pukas can't deliver, and now Pepe picks up her dribble inside the perimeter. 10 seconds on the shot clock, looking for someone, gets it to Pukas in the corner. Pukas rolls off the screen from Kylie Pepe, gets it back to Pepe on the wing. 2 seconds to go. Pepe drives inside, her layup falls before the buzzer. Long Beach only down by 4 as Kylie Pepe beats the buzzer. And the Highlanders work quickly on the other end. Wickstrom, pump fake, got a caught in the air, can't convert the layup, fights for her own rebound. It bounces off the hardwood and into the hands of Brenna Pukas. Pukas looks quickly in transition to Akot, over the top, layup, and one! Rosie Akot through contact, gets the layup to go. And just like that, it's a 2-point game.
I mean, the confidence is just all over this building right now. Everybody can feel it. Rosie Akot with the heat check. Kylie Pepe staying patient to find that bucket.
And the Highlanders call timeout. What a pass, though, from Brenna Pukas over 3 Highlanders to a cutting Rosie Akot from beyond half court. And Akot, strong through contact, will head to the line. Talk a little bit about Rosie Akot. She was a player that Amy Wright brought into this squad looking to get the most out of, and it's not easy when you're playing 8,000 miles from home. Rosie Akot hails from North Adelaide, Australia. She struggled early in the season with turnovers, and she's still second on the team with 51, but there were sparks and really flashes of what her potential could be early in the season. She would take on defenders. She would be fearless heading to the cup. And over the last few games, she's now starting to realize that potential, playing the best basketball of her young career, and her confidence is on full display tonight.
Yeah, JayDe, I mentioned earlier, Hannah Wickstrom said she came out with a fire when she played against University of Hawaii due to the Aussies they had. It looks like Rosie Akot is coming out with her fire of her own going against some Aussie competition. She has 6 points. Kylie Pepe has 9. Jacoya Jones-Brown has 6. I mean, just what a great night so far.
And Long Beach State, trailing by as many as 10, has now gone on an 8-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. We'll catch you on the other side of the break where Rosie Akot will be shooting free throws here on 22 West Radio. Six minutes, 55 seconds to go here in the second quarter, and Long Beach State will have a chance to cut the deficit to 1 here at the free throw line, with Rosie Akot ready to step up in just a few moments. But Brandon, for a team that has struggled so much with turnovers this season, it's been really impressive how Long Beach have been able to break the Highlanders' full court press to this point.
Yeah, for sure. Their confidence is, if I can run by them, I'm going to run by them, and they have done it all game. I mean, they know they're the faster team, and they run through them and drive all the way to the paint. It's something to watch, JayDe.
Long Beach so far in this game, 16 points in the paint. They've got 25 as a team, and now Rosie Akot, who is 45% from the line this season, will head to the charity stripe to complete her and one opportunity. Had a great layup in transition through 2 Highlanders, and will now look to make the most of her opportunity here at the free throw line. Free throw is up and good from Rosie Akot. A sweet stroke, and Now the Highlanders lead 27-26. The Beach go into half full court press here with Rosie Akot pressuring in the backcourt. Highlanders break it with ease. Polk at the top, over to the wing. Three is pulled and hit by Maya Chocano, who was 3 for 5 from beyond the arc the last time these two teams met. That also breaks a 3-minute scoring drought for the Highlanders, and their lead is back up to 4.
Yep, Maya Chocano views from the 6 way downtown for the Toronto native.
Jacoya Jones-Brown in the front court for Long Beach State. To the top for Kylie Pepe. Pepe puts the ball on the hardwood. Keeps her dribble alive, calls for a screen, gets to Jones-Brown at the top of the key. Jones-Brown now, 5 seconds to work with, hands off to Pukas. Pukas back up top to a cutting Kenan Ka. Ka switches direction, puts a low scooping layup off the window, does not draw iron. Bria Shine comes away with the rebound, and the Highlanders work into the front court. Polk hands off. Driving inside is Minchell. Minchell back up to the right wing for Wickstrom. Wickstrom back up top to Chocano, further on to Shine. 15 seconds to work with for the Highlanders. Polk on the left wing, guarded by Pukas. Back up top to Wickstrom. Akot got her hand in there, but Wickstrom pulls away the ball, gets right by the big, puts up the layup, and Kenan Ka applied pressure, forcing the miss. Akot comes down with the rebound.
The Aussies on the ISO.
And Jones-Brown now on the left wing. The Atlanta native spins to the top, hands off to Rosie Akot, who pulls a triple in the face of Hannah Wickstrom, and without fear, buries it. It's back to a 1-point game here in the Pyramid.
She had to face her on the offensive side and launches that three-pointer.
And now Rosie Akot steps in front of Wickstrom to force a turnover. The pass coming from the top goes off of Wickstrom last, and Rosie Akot has been a difference maker since entering this game.
Absolutely on fire, JayDe, and her confidence is just getting higher and higher.
Long Beach State can take the lead on this possession for their first lead since halfway through the first quarter. 5 minutes to go now in the second. Jones-Brown drives to the baseline, tried to flip a pass to the corner, and it's going to be a foul call against Minchell, who is in Jones-Brown's way, and Jones-Brown crashed out of bounds. It'll be an inbound opportunity from the baseline here for the Beach.
Yeah, kind of looked like a dangerous play. She rushed the baseline, tried to throw it back to the top of the key, but kind of crashed into the backboards.
Morgan Mack re-enters the fray for the inbound. Rosie Akot to the bench, quickly in to Jones-Brown, who from the mid-range gives the Beach the lead. It's now 31-30, and Jones-Brown pulls the quick trigger.
Yeah, beautiful fadeaway.
Polk to Shine on the left wing. Highlanders have seen a 10-point lead evaporate here in the second quarter. Shine gets downhill and will get the bucket to fall, plus a foul. Caught Kylie Pepe napping there on the wing, Brandon, and will now head to the line with Riverside back up by 1.
Yeah, and those are her first 2 points of the game, but has an opportunity to get an and one.
Bria Shine at the free throw line now. Spent 4 years at UC Davis. Conference foes, of course, of UC Riverside. Made 94 appearances, was solid as a freshman, was injured for the entirety of the 2022-23 season, led the team in three-point percentage in 2024, and has never been a great free throw shooter. She misses the opportunity to complete the end one, and Morgan Mack comes away with the rebound. Mack to the wing, to Wright in the corner. Wright dribbles up top, gets to Brenna Pukas. Pukas at the top of the key, guarded by Polk, gets inside the perimeter, then gets it back out to Wright. Wright dribbles to the left wing, hands off to Jones-Brown, gets a screen from Kahn, doesn't use it, flips it outside to Haley Wright, and Haley Wright throws a dangerous pass back up top. Wickstrom poked it loose off of Kenan Ka, and the Highlanders force a turnover.
Yeah, they're not using as much movement as they used before, but hopefully they can get that going. That's what was the difference maker for them.
UC Riverside have led for the majority of this game. We're set up for a tight finish before halftime. Just 4.5 minutes to go. It's Highlanders 32, Beach 31. As Polk takes it across halfway, gets to Shine on the right wing. Bria Shine back up top to Wickstrom, guarded now by Morgan Mack. Wickstrom behind the back, inside the key, spin move, looking for an option, gets it to Shine on the left wing again, 15 seconds. Shine drives to the baseline, puts up a mid-range jumper, defended well by Wright, and Ka comes away with the rebound. Kenan Ka quickly into the front court for the Beach, hands it off to Morgan Mack at the top. Mack guarded by Wickstrom, dribbles over to the left wing, now crosses over and heads back to the top. 15 seconds on the shot clock for the Beach. Morgan Mack now picks up her dribble and is called for the travel. Wickstrom was harassing the freshman, and Morgan Mack just could not set her feet in time.
Yeah, JayDe, since Rosie Akot has come out and Haley Wright has come in, the offense has slowed down a little bit, have struggled to find the open person.
And now the Highlanders can look to build on their lead. Kaylani Polk dribbles into the right corner, kicks it back up top to Chocano. Chocano further on to Minchall. Minshall in the corner for Wickstrom. Wickstrom drives inside, working on Mack, bumps off Morgan Mack, misses the layup, gets her own rebound, gets rejected by Haley Wright, and now Haley Wright is called for the foul. That first step from Hannah Wickstrom, so deadly. Now she heads back to the free throw line.
Yeah, Hannah Wickstrom is not a person you want to see at the free throw line. In the last 10 games, she's shot 47 free throws and has only missed 5 of them. That's 89% in her last 10 games.
And on the season, Hannah Wickstrom has been the definition of consistent. 84% from the line, 50% from the field, shooting 32% from beyond the arc. She'll shoot 2 here for the Highlanders. Her first is up and good. Hannah Wickstrom, the Australian, native of Melbourne. Father Eric played professionally, and that's who she models her game after. Went back over the offseason to train with him and really learned a lot. She said her first season was the opportunity to get her sea legs, adjusting to the physicality and pace of collegiate basketball, and now she came into her sophomore season ready for a breakout. She certainly has, and she goes 2 for 2 from the line. Highlanders back up by 3. Long Beach break the full court press on the other end. Ka crosses over at the top to Morgan Mack on the left wing. Mack further on to Ka in the corner. Ka crosses over on Shine. Gets down inside the paint, now kicks it back to the wing for Brenna Pukas. Pukas squares up Wickstrom. 5 seconds on the shot clock to work with. Hands it off to Jones Brown. Around the screen, Jones Brown to the elbow. Her shot rims in and out. Mid-range with a bit of space. Could not find the nylon. Now Polk works quickly for the Highlanders. Back up top to Minshall. Minshall fakes the pass and now drives on Jones Brown. Picks up her dribble. Try to pass across the key, and Morgan Mack was there instead of Hannah Wickstrom. And the freshman takes it across half court. Morgan Mack to the corner for Pukas. Quick triple from the freshman to the freshman. Brenna Pukas has got 2 triples, and we're all tied up here with 2:42 to go in the second quarter.
Long Beach State just looks confident everywhere. Defense, offense, shooting threes with big turnovers as well.
Chicano at the top working on Ka. She backs out and loses her dribble. Solid defense from Kenan Ka. And all of a sudden, it's the Highlanders who are struggling to find their form offensively. We're knotted up at 34, just 2.5 minutes to go now before halftime.
JayDe, and there hasn't been too many times we can say this, but right now, UC Riverside is at 7 turnovers. Long Beach State is at 6.
It's rare this season that Long Beach has been winning the turnover battle, but they have been taking care of the ball well in this first half. Right? Long pass to the corner for Pukas again. Oh, yeah! Brenna Pukas back to back on him, and Long Beach State is up 37-34.
Brenna Pukas, just another 3. I mean, she's on fire.
Highlanders work it to Bria Shine inside the perimeter. She turns around, no pressure in her face, pulls the mid-range and misses off front iron. Long Beach State on a 6-0 run now over the last 30 seconds, all thanks to Pukas, who gets the ball again in the corner. Pump faked and got it back up to Mack. Jones Brown now on the right wing, back to Mack at the top. Morgan Mack yet to put the ball on the hardwood, now does, working on Polk, goes around the screen from right on the right wing. Back up top to Jones Brown, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jones Brown drives inside, loses her dribble, she's triple teamed, kicks it back up top to Wright, who has to pull a triple to beat the buzzer, and does! Yes, ma'am, Haley Wright. And Long Beach State is up to their largest lead of this first half. It's 40-34.
Threes in bunches, JayDe. I mean, this is just a complete flop of a script from last game.
And now Polk bounces one down inside to Wickstrom. Held scoreless through the second quarter so far. Wickstrom puts up a wild layup, and she will still be held scoreless from the floor. She'll head back to the free throw line, and Long Beach State has flipped the energy on its head here. They're on a 9-0 run, and UC Riverside yet to score from the field over the last 2 minutes. It's been Wickstrom providing the offense from the free throw line as Kenan Ka checks out, and Tyrat Samuel Afalabi checks in for the first time for the Beach.
And I'll tell you what, JayDe, you can feel the energy in this building right now. Their confidence is high, and they're feeding off of this fan base.
Hannah Wickstrom continues her solid night from the charity stripe. She's now 7-for-9 as she connects on the first. Pyramid gets loud for the second, but it doesn't phase the Aussie. She goes 2 for 2 again. Long Beach lead 40-36. A minute 13 to go here in the second quarter. Jones Brown across halfway. Guarded at the top, she calls a play. Jones Brown picks up her dribble, gets it to Wright at the top. Haley Wright now puts the ball on the hardwood. Hands off to Brenna Pukas. Pukas to the free throw line, further to Samuel Afalabi, who beats Wickstrom around the edge, gets inside, puts up a layup, misses short. Wright offensive rebound, stripped away by Wickstrom before she could go up. Now Wickstrom across halfway, 45 seconds to go here in this second quarter. Bria Shine at the top to Wickstrom. Further on to Minshall, guarded by Pukas. Minshall works for space, goes across the key for Shine. Shine hands off to Wickstrom, 15 seconds to go for the Highlanders to work with on the shot clock. Wickstrom crosses over against Morgan Mack, looks for an option, smiles as she can't find anyone. Now goes across the key to Minshall. Minshall down low to Shine. 3 seconds on the shot clock, working against Morgan Mack. The fadeaway jumper off the window, and then the iron. Long Beach State will hold for the last shot here of the first half. Focus in the corner off the pass from Samuel Afalabe. Back up top to Morgan Mack, who calls for Jones Brown to get the rock. 6 seconds to go in the first half. Jones Brown at the logo. Crowd counting down. Jones Brown to right. Her triple to beat the buzzer is short. Long Beach State can't make the most of the last possession, but will head into halftime, Brandon, with a 4-point lead.
Yeah, and we'll head into the halftime with the confidence through the roof, JayDe. I mean, they have UC Riverside on their back heel. They're guarding them down low, but they're not driving. They're shooting the three, and they're making it.
This is a reversal of the script from the last time these two teams met after a cagey first half. It was the third quarter that proved to be the difference, and Long Beach State, not used to leading at halftime this season, will look to continue their strong play on the other side of the break. It's Long Beach 40, UC Riverside 36. Will catch you in about 14 minutes here on 22 West Radio for second half action, live from the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. Who's calling that phone? It's second half action here from inside the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. Long Beach State women's basketball on the hardwood here. JayDe Beaudry alongside Brandon Rodriguez. What a first half it was, Brandon. Long Beach leads 40-36 out of the break.
Yeah, what other way to put it, JayDe? What a first half. I mean, just fast-paced action, electric shooting from the three-point line. I mean, just there's no other way to put it, JayDe. I think it was some of their best basketball this season.
Hands down, without a doubt. Let's take you around the Big West as well. A lot of games in action on this Thursday night. UC Davis up 38-18 on the Matadors of Cal State Northridge, who Long Beach State beat the last time they were in this building before that Fullerton game. And then Cal Poly leads Cal State Bakersfield 33-26. UC Santa Barbara and UC San Diego freshly out of halftime. It's the Tritons with a 30-28 lead. And then the big one tonight, 9 o'clock circular calendars. Tune in on ESPN+. It's Hawaii against UC Irvine.
Yeah, number 1 UC Irvine going against number 6 University of Hawaii. What a great game.
University of Hawaii, the preseason favorites to win the Big West. The season hasn't panned out the way they hoped as well. And UC Irvine on a historic tear. They're 8-1 in conference play, looking for that Big West title. Their men's team not doing too bad either. Could be a double regular season Big West championship for UC Irvine. The Anteaters, a solid squad, and Long Beach State have already fallen to them once in the black and blue rivalry. They'll face them again in just a few weeks at the Bren Event Center.
Yeah, what a great experience for the students out there. I mean, both the basketball teams feeding off each other's energy, doing great out there. Still, you got to feel good for them a little bit.
And speaking of teams feeding off each other's energy, Long Beach State at the SRC Arena, the tip-off against UC Riverside in the men's basketball matchup starting right now, 7 p.m. on the dot, and we're ready here for second half action. Long Beach State, a few scoring runs to close out that first half, a few stand-up performances. Leading the way, though, is Rosie Akot with 10 points.
Yeah, Rosie Akot has been absolutely electric. When she's on the court, the offense looks unstoppable. She was driving with confidence, making everything, rushing the baseline, throwing it up against the backboard, and everything was landing for Rosie Akot, even a three-pointer.
UC Riverside has the first possession to start this third quarter, now attacking from right to left. Kaylani Polk handles the rock and gets it to the wing. Back up top for Wickstrom. Wickstrom leads the Highlanders with 13 points after the first half. She drives inside to the block, and the ball gets ripped away by Kylie Pepe. And then a defensive foul is going to be called by Bria Shine as she fought Pepe for the loose ball. Long Beach picks up right where they left off, Brendan, on the defensive end.
Yeah, Kylie Pepe just way too strong. She just said, give me that, ripped it out of the hands of Hannah Wickstrom.
Long Beach breaks the full court press with ease. Kenan Kaw across halfway, drives on Bria Shine, now picks up her dribble on the block. Her pass out to Brenna Pukas on the wing is tipped, but Pukas comes away with it. At the top, guarded by Wickstrom, is Pukas. She hands off to Kenan Kaw now. Kaw at the top, looks for an option. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Beach. Kaw, eyes up, keeps her dribble over to Jones Brown, who pulls a triple, and Jones Brown gets the second half started with a triple. Long Beach leads 43-36.
Jacoy Jones Brown just feeding off of that energy from that first half.
Kaylani Polk coast to coast, missed the layup. Offensive rebound to Wickstrom, who goes up and under for two. And Long Beach will look to break the full court press once again. Breakdown in transition defense that time gets the Highlanders back within 5. Jones Brown pushes the pace. Now will hold on the right wing, picks up her dribble over to Brenna Pukas. Pukas looks down low, finds Kenan Kaw cutting. Kaw backing down her defender into the paint. Now Kaw will spin away, misses it short, gets her own rebound, then gets blocked from behind. The foul's going to go against Taylor Swanson and send Kenan Kaw to the charity stripe for 2.
Good effort from Kenan Kaw, just able to get her own board, put up a second shot, and draws a foul.
Kenan Kaw this season, second on the team in minutes played per game, averaging about 31. It's incredible she's on the court. Made her return last season after, in 2023, tearing her ACL and MCL just 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the season opener. Last season, played 20 games, got her feet back under her, and this season, she's had a few standout performances, has 3 double-digit scoring games, and she's been solid around the floor, including shooting 67% from the line. She puts the Beach up 45-38 after converting both free throws. Kaylani Polk at the top for the Highlanders, drives over to the corner, feeds a float pass inside to Bria Shine, working on Brenna Pukas, and Shine can't make the most of the mismatch. Airballs the layup, and Kaw comes away with a defensive rebound.
JayDe, double teams have been the secret to success for this Long Beach team.
And Brenna Pukas pulls a triple on the other end. It rims in and out, and fighting for the offensive rebound is Wickstrom. Morgan Mack was crashing as well, and she gets called for the foul. Wickstrom making sure she's still got all of her limbs as she stands up, has a quick conference with the officials, and A few chaotic possessions here already to start this third quarter.
Yeah, Hannah Wickstrom, she's had a lot of success this season. She credits her success to Michaela Rose and Zoe Tillery, two veteran leaders she had last season.
As well as Michaela Minshaw, the fellow Aussie who she calls her best friend. Highlanders work it into the front court to Shine on the wing, back up top to Polk, back to Shine on the left wing. Pepe giving her plenty of space, defending inside the perimeter. Shine puts the ball in the hardwood, swings it across to Polk, 10 seconds to work with for the Highlanders. She dribbles in, dribbles out, puts up a triple and misses it short. Ka fights for the rebound. 3 Highlanders converge, and the jump ball is going to go the way of the Beach, who have the possession arrow in their favor.
Kenan Ka too strong. She fought off 3 Riverside defenders.
Kenan Ka in this game already 2 points, but she's been solid on the glass. 5 rebounds and 4 assists. She gets the inbound here and breaks the full court press alone. Head full of steam. Will now kick it to the corner for Pukas, who takes a jumper. Now dribbles inside. Pukas picks up her dribble at the free throw line. Gets it back up top to Morgan Mack, who gets downhill and then picks up her dribble. Back up top to Jones Brown. Jones Brown calls for a screen, gets one from Pepe. Now rolls to the left wing, crosses over, working on Swanson. Picks up her dribble, back up top to Pepe. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Kylie Pepe will pull one from long range and miss it short. Off front iron. It's Polk coming away with the rebound.
I like it, JayDe. They're taking confident shots from the three-point line.
And Polk goes coast to coast, puts up a layup, misses it, but gets fouled by Brenna Pukas. And Pukas has to watch out here. A few Beach players in foul trouble. She picks up her second. Mack has 3. Ka has 3. And for the first time tonight, Christy Reynoso will check in, making sure Brenna Pukas can stay on the floor for as long as possible with the night she's having.
Yeah, and Christy Reynoso can bring a lot of speed to this court, and that's something that they've excelled in this game. Breaking the full court press with just pure speed running through the court, and that's exactly what Christy Reynoso brings to the table. Keilani
Polk buries her first free throw. She'll shoot 2 on this trip. Brenna Pukas already 9 points tonight in a season where she has struggled to find her shooting stroke. Keilani Polk's second free throw is good. Polk has 8. She's perfect now from the free throw line. Those were her first 2 of the night. Ka once again breaks the full court press with ease to the top, and she'll hold so the Beach can set up a possession here. Reynoso's first action is to dribble to the top and give it to Morgan Mack on the left wing. Morgan Mack working against Polk, hands off to Kenan Ka, guarded by Shine on the right wing now. Ka back up top to Jones Brown. Gets inside, gets to her spot, lets one fly from inside the arc. Gets her own rebound off the miss. Before she could go up, Wickstrom stripped her. Now Hannah Wickstrom will take it the other way for the Highlanders. Cross-court pass to Polk, and Polk gets downhill. Across the key, nice find. Bria Shine gets the layup to fall, and just like that, it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, in that transition, JayDe, they just lost track of Bria Shine, and she was just wide open in the paint.
Kylie Pepe quickly on the other end into the corner. Looks for options, hands off to Morgan Mack on the left wing. Mack puts the ball on the hardwood, working against Polk, keeps her dribble alive, then fires a pass to the top for Christy Reynoso. Reynoso over to the right wing for Ka. Bounce pass inside to Jones Brown, 17 feet from the basket. Jones Brown dribbles, gets to her spot again, pulls up a 15-foot jumper and misses it off the heel. Highlanders work quickly into the front court. Wickstrom, transition triple, off front iron. Offensive rebound, though, goes to Minshaw, who puts it up and in. Long Beach has seen their lead now cut down to just 1. It's 45-44, 6 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, the fellow Australian with the second chance points.
Kylie Pepe calls a play for the offense, gets it to Jones Brown at the top. Amy Wright beckoning her squad to move off the ball. Now Morgan Mack gets the pass, pulls a triple, misses it off back iron. Bria Shine lets the ball fall on the hardwood and now picks up the rebound. Christy Reynoso was right behind her. Keilani Polk in the front court for the Highlanders. Skip pass across to Minshaw, who drives on Reynoso. Bounce pass across the key. Misses the intended Swanson, and Wickstrom has to save it from going out of bounds. She is unsuccessful. It's a turnover for UC Riverside.
But Rosie Akot is checking back in, and you know what that means for this offense, JayDe. She's been electric. I mean, she's been efficient. Everything she needs to do in this game, she's done.
Rosie Akot did not get the start tonight after starting 6 straight games, but has come off the bench in a big way. 10 points already for her, and the Beach could need a spark. They haven't scored from the floor in the last 3 minutes. Still leading, though, 45-44 as Jacoy Jones-Brown picks up the ball at the top of the key. Dribbles to the right. Now on the wing. Gets a screen from Akot. Drives to the block. Puts up a wild layup. And how in the world did she make that? Acrobatic behind the head. No problem for Jacoy Jones-Brown.
Didn't even see the basket and still made it, JayDe.
Highlanders work quickly into the front court. Driving inside is Chocano. Feeds a bounce pass down low. Now up for 2 is Lucia Murillo Tolón, the native of Malaga, Spain. Hits the turnaround jumper, and Riverside stay close and competitive here halfway through the third.
Yeah, Olay right there, a little matador shot. Getting fancy.
Ka gets the handoff on the wing, tried to pass across the key, and Wickstrom stuck out her hand. It deflected away, and as Ka picked it up in the backcourt, a backcourt violation was called. Amy Wright not happy with the call. But Long Beach, another turnover. Amy Wright still not happy, but for a team that has done so well protecting the ball tonight, it's only their ninth and their second of this second half, something that will need to be key going forward here, Brandon.
And a much-needed timeout, JayDe. I mean, this team kind of came out sloppy where they were playing a lot cleaner in the second quarter, but you know, maybe they can get right back on the track that they were in the second quarter. The
ebbs and flows of this game continue to amaze. We'll be back on the other side of this timeout for the final 4 minutes and 54 seconds of the third quarter here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach leads 47-46. Timeout moments from breaking here inside the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. Long Beach leads 47-46, and Long Beach survived the second quarter, Brandon, which had been their undoing over their past two games, but now they need to keep their foot on the gas here in the third. Yeah, it's gotten a little sloppy, JayDe. A lot of turnovers, kind of just lackluster play, and in the third quarter of last game, Swanson was able to come up with breakaway, which she had 16 points. Chicano had 13 points, which sparked in that third quarter of the game. UCR was able to outscore Long Beach State in their last meeting just a few weeks ago, 21-7 in the third. They're outscoring Long Beach 10-7 here in the third period. During that third quarter as well, Long Beach went ice cold from the floor, shooting just 3 for 19 so far here in the third quarter. Long Beach 1 for 4 from beyond the arc, 2 of 8 from the field on a night where they have found their shooting stroke at times. It has been Long Beach and UC Riverside going back and forth. UC Riverside led by as many as 10 in that second quarter. Long Beach was able to balloon their lead here in the second half to 9, but now it's just a 1-point game. We're set up for a fantastic finish here for a team in Long Beach State that has not had many close games this year. Yeah, absolutely, but something I do want to see is Long Beach State slow down their game again. In the first half, their success came from driving through the court, putting up a lot of passes, but they were putting up shots relatively with the shot clock being low. Right now, they're shooting shots way too quickly, and they're not falling, so they just need to be a lot more patient, which is where we saw success and where Kylie Pepe had a lot of success too. Long Beach State has lost 16 games this season. Of their 19 played by double digits, and they're going to need consistent production from their 5 on the floor here. Jacoya Jones-Brown leading the way with 13 points. She recently surpassed 500 career points in just 48 career games in the last matchup Long Beach had against Santa Barbara. She hit a jumper in the fourth quarter, and in the pregame today was honored with a brief ceremony. She'll be hoping to add a win to her historic night tonight. UC Riverside possesses out of the timeout, trailing 46-47. They can take the lead here. Long cross-court pass goes just over the head of Christy Reynoso to Chicano, who then pulls a mid-range jumper and gets rejected by Kylie Pepe. Great awareness there from Pepe, who has had quite the night tonight defensively. 9 points, only 2 fouls, but she has forced a few turnovers, has a steal on her line as well. Yeah, what a block. I mean, Chicano had some distance on that three-point, and she made it over there and blocked it, JayDe. 3 seconds to work with on the shot clock for the Highlanders. Inbound goes to Wickstrom. She drives inside, puts it up before the buzzer, and her layup rolls around and falls through. Highlanders, after trailing by 9 here in the third, now take the lead at 48-47. Yeah, Wickstrom with that bucket now is up to 17 points. Rosie Akot rips through from the elbow, drives inside and misses the layup hard off the glass. A slower possession that time for the Beach as now Polk pushes in transition over to Chicano on the wing. She pulls a 3. It's online and through. UC Riverside now has extended their lead to 50-47. 3-point advantage for the Highlanders. Pepe quickly at the top for the Beach. Hands off to Jones-Brown, who hands off to Reynoso now on the left wing. Gets a screen from Kenan Ka, and Reynoso fights through to get back to the top. Over to Ka on the left wing, further on to Jones-Brown, who brings the ball back to the top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Reynoso gets past Wickstrom, puts up a layup. It goes hard off the window, then the iron, and does not fall, but Reynoso will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, and she set that drive up with some fancy footwork. Stepped in, stepped back out, got an open pass from Jacoy Jones-Brown, but just missed it for the and one.
Christy Reynoso on that play as well. Had an open look from just inside the perimeter. Did not pull the trigger. Christy Reynoso is 1 for 17 on her last 17 three-point attempts. Brought into this team as a three-point shooter. Has not scored in 3 of her last 4 games. A chance to change that now at the free throw line.
And we've seen it in the past where she drives and just has these electric finishes, but, struggling, hoping that she can get her confidence back up in this game.
Christy Reynoso, also the smallest woman on the floor tonight, standing just 5'4". She's had a few memorable moments this season. We'll be hoping for more here tonight as she was brought in relief of Brenna Pukas, who got into some foul trouble earlier on in this third quarter. She goes 1 for 2 from the line, and the Highlanders work quickly in transition. Forward to Wickstrom, back out to Chocano. Her triple is through, and all of a sudden it's UC Riverside having a party from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they got to pick up Chicano. She's feeling hot right now. That's 2 back-to-back threes for her.
Chicano now 2 for 3 on the night from beyond the arc. Jones-Brown at the top of the key to Rosie Akot, still outside the perimeter on the right wing. Akot, entry pass down low through the hands of Jones-Brown. And then Hannah Wickstrom chased it out of bounds, touched it after it went out. And she also got fouled by Jacoya Jones-Brown. So Long Beach State now struggling from the field, just 1 for their last 8, as the Highlanders can look to build on their 5-point lead on this possession.
Yeah, JayDe, it just looked like a much different team right now. They're a lot quieter, not feeling the energy right now.
Kehlani Polk dribbles inside and goes back to the top for Wickstrom. Wickstrom mishandled the pass, but then picked it up, drives inside on Reynoso, and then her turnaround jumper from the block falls through, and Riverside extends their lead to 8, 55-48. Morgan Mack tries a pass across the top of the key. It's deflected away by Kehlani Polk, and the officials say Highlander ball. Amy Wright is asking whether or not there was a tip. Officials saying they didn't see one. Amy Wright asking her bench whether or not she should challenge this, and she eventually does. Looked to me, Brandon, that there was most certainly a tip as Morgan Mack tried to make a cross-key pass, but nevertheless, it's more the same here. Over the last 2.5 minutes, Riverside is on an 11-1 run.
Yeah, and something that they had a lot of success in that first half was double-teaming Hannah Wickstrom. They would start with the single coverage, crash down on the boards every time she drove. We're not seeing that right now. And Christy Reynoso is left to guard Hannah Wickstrom, who's the top, not just the top scorer in the Big West, as we mentioned before, one of the top prolific scorers in the nation, JayDe.
We've also seen Long Beach get into a bit of foul trouble. Morgan Mack playing on the floor right now with 3 fouls. She's also getting a bit of gauze tape around her arm here during this break. Long Beach wants to keep their preferred 5 on the floor for as long as possible. During this review, we can also introduce you to our officials. Kimberly Hobbs, Jusel Wardlow, and Michael Sumilang are all crowded around the board right now. Pouring over this replay, Long Beach has gone cold. No shots made from the floor in the last 2 minutes, 39 seconds, as this really has been a game of runs so far tonight.
Yeah, for sure, JayDe. And I feel like this game has become which team has that confidence, which team gets that little spark, whether it's just a turnover, whether it's one made 3. They come in bunches, JayDe, and that's how this game has gone so far.
I also bring you an update from Riverside. It's the Highlanders who lead Long Beach State in the men's basketball matchup, 10-8 for the first 5 minutes of that one. Long Beach State men's basketball was on a bit of a tear a few weeks ago, and they've gone cold since, looking to get back to winning ways before they return here to the Pyramid on Saturday to face a red-hot Hawaii squad that's one of the most entertaining teams in the Big West. Review ongoing.
Yeah, speaking of, electric players to watch over here, we have Jacoy Jones-Brown, Rosie Akot, but over there they got themselves Gavin Sykes, who's been absolutely electric for them.
Gavin Sykes coming up a bit gimpy in Long Beach State's last loss, hoping he can make an impact for them on the floor tonight. Making an impact, though, for the Highlanders so far is Hannah Wickstrom, 19 points. She's got 8 free throws on her line, but she's also 5 of 14 from the field. This is a Highlanders team that has relied heavily on Wickstrom since those early injuries to Dushman, Stanton, and Tillery. It was Wickstrom who was starting on the bench through the first 4 games of the season before she was thrust into the starting line to replace Dushman, who was last year's Big West Defensive Player of the Year, and what Wickstrom has not been able to contribute over her first season at UC Riverside, she has certainly been able to contribute in the second season, and that is scoring, averaging 22 points a game, also 7 rebounds per game to lead the team. She's really doing it all, and she's doing it all again tonight. 19 points, 9 rebounds. That's also a team high. She stayed out of foul trouble. She's going to be an impact player to watch here going down to the wire here in the pyramid.
Yeah, and a big leading torch for her is her mother. She mentioned while being interviewed for a profile on her, I'm always on FaceTime with my mom. She knows every step of the journey. She's been with me through that, even through the phone. I'm grateful for that.
It has been Hannah Wickstrom who has talked extensively about how much support she has found from UC Riverside. Before committing to the Highlanders program, she had never visited California, never stepped foot in Riverside, but believed in the coaches, believed in the vision, and last year really had to make her way away from home for the first time. We mentioned her father, Eric. That's who she went back to see over the summer. And after realizing that she had work to do to get up to the level of the college game, she worked on getting faster and stronger, adding variety to her game besides a three-point shot, where she was so successful in her freshman season, leading the team in three-point field goals made. She returned with 1 goal this season, Brandon, and that was simply to win the Big West. She's got a great quote. She says, "We want to win this, win the Big West." And she is undeterred by the injuries to her teammates. She says that brings everybody together. It makes everybody stronger. The Highlanders could have been down. They could have been out after losing 3 of their starting 4 guards, but they are still well and truly in the race for the Big West Championship, sitting at 4-5 and holding on to a 55-48 lead. The call has been overturned. It'll be Long Beach ball. There was indeed a tip on the pass, but it means Long Beach will have just 20 seconds on the shot clock to work with. Pepe possesses at the top of the key, hands off to Reynoso. Reynoso passes further to Jones-Brown, who comes back to the top and keeps her dribble alive. Jones-Brown crosses over, gets to the corner for Akot, who pulls a triple with 5 seconds on the shot clock, and no time, no problem for Rosie Akot, who continues her hot scoring night.
Yet another 3, JD. I mean, this can just spark the Long Beach State offense once again.
Long Beach looking for a spark on both ends of the floor. That breaks a 3-minute scoring drought. Now wide open in the corner is Chocano, and she missed everything. Fighting for the rebound is Akot and Shine, and it went off of the Australian last. It'll be Riverside ball with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Just 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Ooh, it's freezing, JD. I mean, that was just off by a mile.
Riverside inbounds from the baseline. 3 low, 1 high into Chocano. 17 feet from the basket on the right-hand side. She spins around, loses a cotton. Now Wickstrom bumps off Christy Reynoso and gets called for the offensive foul. Reynoso, the undersized guard, up against the best scorer in the Big West, absorbs the contact, gets the ball back for the Beach.
Great play from Christy Reynoso. I mean, you know, it's not one of those offensive contributing plays, but great for the Beach. I mean, put a foul on that star player from UC Riverside.
Hannah Wickstrom, only her second foul of the night. Long Beach inbounds and will look to break the full court press again. Pepe drives hard and will take it across half court herself. Minute 56 to go here in this third quarter. Long Beach trailed by 4. Akot at the top, defended by Chocano. Gets a screen from Jones-Brown. Now drives on the left side, goes right through Hannah Wickstrom. And Wickstrom will be called for the block. Just could not set her feet in time as the 6'2" forward was coming down Main Street with a head full of steam.
And just like that, Hannah Wickstrom has 3 fouls. I mean, what a great game plan from LBSU. And now Rosie Akot has a chance to be at now 15 on the game if she makes these next 2 free throws.
Rosie Akot's ascension into the starting lineup really started with her first career start against UC Irvine, where she was outstanding. Set a new career high, scoring 18 points, also had 8 rebounds in a hefty loss. As much as she's tried to limit her turnovers, she's also increased her scoring dramatically. And on this trip, she goes 2 for 2 from the line. It's now Riverside 55, Long Beach State 52. And now Rosie Akot is called for a blocking foul against Hannah Wickstrom. Not a lot of contact there, Brandon. This crowd is in a bit of disbelief at the whistle.
And Amy Wright was furious at that call. I mean, right away she turned and kind of let loose right there.
So the foul starting to pile up. Rosie Akot on the night. That's her first. She's got 15 points, though, sniffing down her career high of 18 with still a quarter to go. Wickstrom possesses at the top for the Highlanders, working on Akot, and Akot now throws an arm inside, poked the ball loose, but then gets called for another foul. And Amy Wright has seen enough. She wants to keep her freshman on the floor and sends Kennencott to retrieve Rosie Akot. Akot checks back in And Rosie Akot will head to the bench.
Yeah, 2 quick fouls, JayDe. I mean, we can say what we want, but the refs are calling it, and she's got to preserve her for the fourth quarter.
Riverside now also in the bonus, so Wickstrom will shoot a 1-and-1. She has been lights out from the free throw line tonight, 8 of 10 so far. Minute 35 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely automatic from the three-point line this season.
Wickstrom gets her first free throw to rim around and fall. So Highlanders extend to a 5-point lead here. Wickstrom's second free throw is also up and through. So a 6-point lead now for UCR, 57-52 with a minute 35 to go here in the third quarter. A rotated lineup also on the floor here for the Beach. Kylie Pepe looking to break the full court press, gets it into Ka, who loses her dribble, then has to toss it back to Pepe. Now Pepe gets downhill, nobody in her way, dishes to Jones Brown, and Jones Brown blows the layup. Had some space there on the block off a nice find, but could not get it to fall. Now the Highlanders work quickly on the other end. Minshall, corner 3, misses short. Pepe fights for the rebound and pulls it down.
Yeah, it has to be cleaner transition defense. Minshall was wide open for that corner 3.
Pepe drives, gets to Ka in the corner. Now Ka goes back up top to Reynoso. Mack, left wing, pulls a 3 of her own off back iron. Bria Shine pulls down the rebound for the Highlanders. 60 seconds to go here in the third quarter as Wickstrom on the wing is guarded by Mack. Backs out, picks up her dribble, finds a cutting Chocano on the block, guarded by Ka. Chocano picks up her dribble, shakes and bakes, puts up a shot that falls, plus a foul. A friendly bounce along the cup. And Chocano will head to the free throw line for a 3-point play.
Yeah, and one. And Kenan Ka had her hands up, but, still gets the call to go for Minshall. Chocano, excuse me.
Chocano is a multi-talented athlete, holds her school record for the 3,000-meter steeplechase, also played semi-professional soccer for Oakville SC up in her hometown of Ontario. Is also a 2-time 3-on-3 basketball champion. She competed in 2 tournaments over the summer, won both. She missed her free throw. Now Long Beach will possess into the front court. Reynoso quick triple left wing, too strong offside iron. Riverside leads 59-53, 35 seconds to go here in the third. 10-second difference between the shot and game clock. Polk holds the ball at the top, gets a call from Brad Langston. Now puts the rock on the hardwood, wipes her shoes, and Kenan Ka takes a peek at the shot clock as Polk is ready to go with 10 to go. Bria Shine gets a pass inside, down low, kicks back up to the side for Minshall. Minshall feeds it back inside to Shine. It's stolen away by Jones Brown. Jacoya Jones Brown down the floor. 10 seconds to go in the third. Puts up the layup with no trouble at all. 5 seconds to go. Wickstrom at half court lets one fly, and it misses everything. Long Beach State almost had a bit of deja vu there, Brandon. In the last meeting between these two teams, it was Taylor Swanson at the end of the first quarter who hit a half-court buzzer beater, and Hannah Wickstrom had plenty of time and space to make the Beach pay again.
Oh, man, but deja vu from the first half, JayDe. Jacoya Jones-Brown goes coast to coast, runs it all the way across the court, and gets that quick bucket.
And now heading into the fourth, it's just a 4-point game. UC Riverside 59, Long Beach State 55 here on 22 West Radio. We'll catch you on the other side of this timeout for the fourth quarter as Long Beach State looks to close the gap once again. JayDe Beaudry alongside Brandon Rodriguez. You are listening to 22 West Radio. Fourth quarter, moments away from getting underway here. Long Beach State holds the all-time lead in this series against UC Riverside, having won 31 games and lost 28. But the real difference is when these two teams play in the pyramid. Long Beach is 16-8 since the construction of the Walter Pyramid turned LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. You're going to need to close a 4-point deficit here in the fourth to pull off another victory, and only their second of Big West Conference play. Swanson for the Highlanders pulls mid-range jumper from the free throw line to get this fourth quarter started. Misses it off the back iron, and Jones Brown gets the rebound, pushes the pace in transition out to Kylie Pepe on the left wing. Pepe drives inside, bulldozes Wickstrom, and gets the and one opportunity. The layup falls, and that's Swanson going down to the floor. She couldn't believe the call, but now Kylie Pepe can cut the deficit to 1.
And guess what? That's now double-digit points for Kylie Pepe, an opportunity to get up to 12.
Kylie Pepe has found her scoring form recently, now has 10 or more points in 5 of her last 7 games, including tonight. Pepe, for her credit, a 63% free throw shooter, misses her and one opportunity off the heel, and Sean comes away with the rebound. Wickstrom quickly into the front court, working on Morgan Mack, gets some space down on the block, puts up a layup, misses it off the window, fights for the rebound. Jump ball is called as Morgan Mack tied up Wickstrom, and the Beach will have the possession arrow in their favor. Strong defense there from the freshman.
Yeah, and what Beach has done great is getting the head of Wickstrom. I mean, she's now shooting 5 for 15 on the day.
Wickstrom, who usually is a 50% shooter from the floor, just a 33% shooter tonight. Jacoya Jones-Brown in the front court for the Beach, guarded by Polk. Crosses over, gets a screen from right and some space to the elbow. Jones-Brown lets one fly offside iron, rebounded by Swanson. Quick possession there for the Beach as the Highlanders still lead by 2. Reynoso blows a tire in the front court. Highlanders tried to take advantage of the 5-on-4, and Mack tied up Wickstrom in the corner. This time the jump ball will favor the Highlanders.
Yeah, and great hustle from Haley Wright. She was sprinting down the court to get to the paint before Shrine can get there. Put Long Beach State in a little bit of an advantage there.
Christy Reynoso heads back to the bench for the first time since early in the third quarter. Brenna Pukas is back on the floor. Already 9 points for her tonight. She's hit 3 triples. Off the inbound, Swanson is tied up by Jones-Brown. This time the jump ball will favor Long Beach State. And on the bench, not active tonight, is Judy Oliva Fernandez, Long Beach State's second leading scorer. She is fired up after that call. Goes in the Beach's favor.
Yeah, and again, to check on that turnover difference, Long Beach State is at 10, Riverside at 11.
Long Beach still winning the turnover battle here tonight. 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Highlanders up 59-57 as Pepe lost her dribble across half court. Able to get it to Haley Wright on the wing. Downloaded Jones-Brown, who bumps and grinds her way into a layup. It's now 59 all here, 8:48 to go.
Yeah, just patient bucket for Jacoya Jones-Brown. Pump fake, second shot opportunity was right there for her.
Shine finds Wickstrom rolling across the screen to the top. Now Wickstrom will drive on Pukas, who pokes the ball loose. Pukas on the floor, dives on it, gets Hannah Wickstrom in the process. And it's another foul for Brenna Pukas. That's her 4th, that's her 3rd. It was Amy Wright who took her off the floor in the third quarter to avoid foul trouble, and she picks up a quick one here in the 4th.
Yeah, they're going to have to play a little cleaner, especially in this competitive fourth quarter.
Riverside go 4 high off the inbound, and it's the safety valve Chocano who gets the inbound pass. 17 seconds on the shot clock for UCR. Polk at the top, goes across to Wickstrom, sees off the cutting Chocano, now goes to the corner for Shine. Shine being given plenty of real estate by Haley Wright. She kicks it back to the top from Minshall. Minshall drives on Pukas and finds Bria Shine back cutting. Haley Wright left her wide open, and Shine blew the layup. A big opportunity missed there for the Highlanders as Brenna Pukas takes it across half court and hands off to Morgan Mack on the left wing. Mack now drives, breaks a double team, back out to Pukas in the corner. Pukas inside the perimeter, picks up her dribble, back to Morgan Mack in the left corner. Now Mack goes across the court to Pepe on the right wing. Pepe crosses over, goes up for a layup, gets stripped by Chocano, and the Highlanders come away with possession. Chocano in the front court to Polk, left wing triple from downtown, goes offside iron and out of bounds, touched by no one. And we're still tied at 59, 7:45 to go. Kennecaw enters for Haley Wright, and the Beach will inbound from the backcourt.
Yeah, back on the last Long Beach possession, I felt like Morgan Mack had that open opportunity for 3 points on that drive, but ultimately gave it to Brenna Pukas for the 3-point opportunity.
Kenan Khan gets a pass on the right wing, drives on Bria Shine, kicks to the corner for Jones Brown. Jones Brown now on the left wing. Entry pass to Kylie Pepe, who plants her foot, kicks it back to the corner for Jones Brown. Long range three. Yes, ma'am. Jacoya Jones Brown puts the Beach ahead by 3. It's 62-59, 7:20 to go in the fourth.
And that's a big 20 bomb for Jacoya Jones Brown. Can we expect anything else from her?
For Jacoya Jones Brown, it's her 6th 20-point game this season. She's 9 of 18 from the field, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. As the ball is poked loose and the Highlanders will inbound. Rosie Akot will also check into the game for Brenna Pukas here. Rosie Akot also having a great night, just 3 points away from her career high, which she set a few weeks ago in this building. Kaylani Polk with 20 seconds on the shot clock will work at the top for the Highlanders. To the left wing, she pulls a long 2 that falls through the nylon. So Riverside cuts the gap 2-1. It's 62-61. Long Beach work quickly into the front court. Rosie Akot right wing. Dribbles to the top, passes to Jones Brown. Jones Brown holds, waits for the screen, now puts the ball on the hardwood, rolls around the screen from Ka, then goes back to Ka on the right wing to the corner for Rosie Akot. She beats her defender, then gets blocked by Bria Shine as she drove to the block, and Shine takes it across half court herself. Hands off to Polk. Guarded at the top by Ka. Tried to go across the key, and Akot got a fingertip to it. Chicano still possesses. Highlanders work it to the corner. Long 3 from Wickstrom. Who else? And Riverside is now up by 2. Hannah Wickstrom, so much time and space, isn't going to miss those.
Yeah, and Wickstrom has been double-teamed all day, and that's just going to be free buckets for her if she's left wide open in the corner.
Wickstrom now has 24 on the night. Long Beach led briefly and then surrendered it on the next possession. Into the timeout. It's Riverside 64, Long Beach 62 on 22 West Radio. Welcome back inside the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid on the campus of Long Beach State. Brendan, we are set up for an exciting finish, and it's all thanks to a few things Long Beach State has done well throughout this game.
Yeah, and that's points off turnovers, points in the paint that they're leading in, and tied at bench points. Long Beach has not done that a lot this season, usually losing that battle. So it's just a phenomenal change to see, and that's why the score it is as close as it is.
Long Beach State 9 of 20 from beyond the arc. That's an improved mark from their season average. They're also winning that points off of turnovers battle, and they're winning the turnover battle as a whole. UC Riverside 12 turnovers, only 12 points off turnovers. Long Beach 11 turnovers, 21 points off of turnovers. You mentioned those points in the paint. Long Beach outscoring UCR 24-18 in the painted area, and production from the bench. Rosie Akot, a big reason why that mark is tied at 19 apiece. Akot has 15 on the night. She's 5 of 8 from the floor. She has been a difference maker for Amy Wright tonight.
Yeah, and to point out the points off turnovers and how big of a change. How's this for a difference, JayDe? 8 points off turnovers in their last matchup. I mean, they've blown that out the water today.
Long Beach has made the most of their opportunities, especially in transition tonight. A large departure from what we have seen throughout this season. And Amy Wright will be hoping for one more swing here with 6.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Long Beach down by 2. Each quarter has swung rapidly in the direction of one team. UCR dominated the first and third. Long Beach dominated the second, and we'll be hoping for one more run here in the fourth to put them ahead for good. Kylie Pepe takes it across half court, gets to Kenan Ka at the top of the key. Ka picks up her dribble to Jones Brown at the top. Now Jones Brown drives to the right block, puts up a layup. It bounces off the glass and iron, but does not fall. And Jacoya Jones Brown will have a chance now to tie the game from the free throw line after a foul is called.
Yeah, not a better person you want in this situation. Jacoya Jones Brown, I mean, just so clutch for this team.
Jacoya Jones Brown, not only clutch, she is the two-way engine of this team. Leads the team scoring 16 points a game. Also leads the team and is fifth in the Big West, fifth in the nation, that is, playing 37 minutes a game. She has played every single minute so far tonight as she buries her first free throw. She's now got 21, as we mentioned, her sixth 20-point performance of the season. She goes 2 for 2, and we're all tied at 64. Clutch from Jacoya Jones Brown. Kaylani Polk at the top of the key, guarded by Rosie Akot. Gets a screen from Chocano, then rolls to the corner. Gets the switch, now guarded by Mack. Back up top to Wickstrom, guarded by Jones Brown to Bria Shine. Shine hands off to Wickstrom at the top. Wickstrom penetrates the perimeter, working on Kylie Pepe now. Wickstrom tied up in the corner, and Brad Langston wants a timeout. That possession was going nowhere. Solid defense from Long Beach State.
Yeah, and then, again, we mentioned before, those double teams are what help them limit those points. And right there is, we can see it. I mean, they crash down on Polk. They're going to crash down whoever's holding that ball.
And Brad Langston calls a smart timeout. He's in his third season as well at the helm of UC Riverside, but it's his sixth season with the program. He joined as an assistant in 2020. He took over as interim head coach in 2023. UCR that season was picked to finish 10th. They finished third. He led UCR to a 12-win turnaround, so 12 more wins in 2023 than they had in 2022, one of the largest turnarounds in a single season in program history. Led UCR to the Women's National Invitational Tournament for the first time since 2015. He's hoping to work some more magic with the squad he has this year.
Yeah, absolutely impressive, JayDe, and rightfully earns his spot as head coach.
Langston has also worked around the Big West previously, came to UC Riverside after working as an assistant at Grand Canyon. Before that, he was in charge of player development at the University of Hawaii. Out of the timeout, Wickstrom possesses on the left wing to the top for Bria Shine. Shine, shovel pass to Wickstrom, back to the top. 1 second on the shot clock, needs to get one away. Scoop layup, does not fall. Long Beach thought the shot clock had expired. Nobody fought for the rebound, and the Highlanders gain possession again. Over on the left wing, Minshall drives on Ka, fights her way inside, puts up the layup, and Kenan Ka plays strong defense and gets the rebound now. Throws a pass ahead off the dome of Kylie Pepe, and Long Beach State, after shutting down the Highlanders on back-to-back possessions, cannot get out of the half court.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful defense from Kenan Ka, but just was not checking if her teammate was looking for the ball.
And now the Highlanders will have a third bite of the apple here, inbounding from just inside the front court. It's Kaylani Polk possessing at the logo. 15 seconds to work with for the Highlanders, still tied at 64 here. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the fourth. Wickstrom at the top, guarded by Morgan Mack. Rolls to the wing. And back up top, picks up her dribble. Kicks it to the right side for Minshall, who drives inside. Back to Bria Shine, 17 feet from the basket. Bria Shine beats the buzzer. And now Long Beach State finds themselves down by 2. Rosie Akot in the front court, one-on-one against Shine. Spin move, falls away, throws up a wild layup that misses everything. Jones Brown fights for the rebound, but Polk tips it ahead to Wickstrom, who takes it across half court. Wickstrom behind the back against Morgan Mack, gets into the paint and gets fouled as she goes up for the layup. Long Beach State have to feel hard done by their past few trips down the floor, Brandon. They played solid defense, but Riverside have come away with the lead.
Yeah, cleaner play, JayDe. That's all we need is cleaner play. I mean, we saw 3 opportunities for Riverside to get a bucket, and then just not the greatest shot we've seen from Akot, especially today, who's been so efficient.
Bria Shine, a clutch bucket on the Highlanders' last trip down the floor. She's now got 6 points as Wickstrom from the free throw line now has 25.
And another impressive stat, JayDe, with her 10th rebound. That is now her 4th double-double of the season.
Wickstrom looking to make it another 2-for-2 trip from the line, and does. 26 points now for Hannah Wickstrom, closing in on her 5th 30-point game of the season. Leading scorer in the Big West, leading scorer on this Highlanders team as Jones Brown breaks the full court press by herself. To the corner for Brenna Pukas, to the wing for Morgan Mack. Mack up top to Pepe. Pepe dribbles towards Akot in the corner, now changes direction, goes back to the top and hands off to Mack, who cannot possess, loses the handle, and now she's trapped up near half court. tries to get a pass to the top for Pukas, and it's stolen away by Minshall, who goes coast to coast, gets Mack in the air, and gets the layup to fall. UC Riverside has now made it a 6-point game, and the patience from Michaela Minshall pays dividends in transition.
Yeah, much needed timeout, JayDe. I mean, play just got absolutely sloppy. I mean, off the foot of Morgan Mack. I mean, they just had this game in their hands, and now it almost feels like they're just handing it over, JayDe. Just sloppy play has once again just put UCR ahead.
And Amy Wright having a conversation with the 5 on the floor right now for the Beach. Jacoya Jones-Brown, Morgan Mack, Kylie Pepe, Rosie Akot, Brennan Pukas. Some heated words exchanged from Amy Wright, who has seen this story before. Long Beach State, the story of their season really is the inability to play 40 minutes of complete basketball. It looks like there was a technical foul assessed on Minshall after the layup. Might have been for taunting, as she was really fired up. Jacoya Jones-Brown is at the line shooting 2 technical free throws now. She hits the first.
Yeah, we noticed that. She had some choice words for the team as they walked over for their quick 30-second timeout.
And then Jones-Brown hits the second, so a technical foul gives Long Beach an opportunity to get on the scoreboard again. It's now 66-70, and because it's a technical foul, Long Beach will also possess after the free throws. Chance to make it a 1-possession game here for the Beach. Morgan Mack inbounds to Pepe in the front court. Pepe beckons Morgan Mack forth and then hands the ball off to the freshman. Brennan Pukas, right wing, tries to float a pass to Jacoya Jones-Brown on the right wing and gets tipped away. Brennan Pukas, another player who struggled with turnovers earlier on this season, has 9 points tonight. Ball security going to be crucial for the guards going forward here for the Beach. Jones-Brown looks to inbound, finds a cutting Rosie Akot, but it's poked away by Bria Shine at the last moment, and Wickstrom takes it across half court herself. Wickstrom still driving, and Brenda Pukas got in her way and gets called for the foul. UC Riverside getting close to the bonus as well. They're going to call a shooting foul against Brenda Pukas, and Wickstrom will head to the line again.
Yeah, and Wickstrom is now shooting. She's going to be up to her 16th free throw. I mean, where she hasn't really made it on efficiency in the paint. I mean, she's just nailing down these free throws.
If you're going to score points, you might as well do it the easiest way possible, Brandon, and the free throw line is certainly the best way to do that. Wickstrom hits her first and hits her second. Wickstrom now 28 points on the night. She is 14 for 16 from the charity stripe. Riverside leads by 6, 72-66, less than 4 to go as Pepe drives inside, put a pass to the corner. Bria Shine poked it loose. Rosie Akot possesses, gets it poked loose, and regains possession near the free throw line, then gets it out top to Morgan Mack. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Beach. Brennan Pukas, right wing, guarded by Wickstrom. Long Beach has not scored from the floor in the last 3.5 minutes. 6 seconds on the shot clock now as Pukas drives to the top, now spins around, steps through, gets the ball poked loose by Wickstrom, and it'll be an inbound opportunity from the baseline with 1.3 seconds on the shot clock. Nothing happening there on that possession for the Beach.
No, not at all, JayDe, and they'll call a timeout. But, yeah, they're just going to have to get the ball in and chuck up a quick shot.
Amy Wright calls a timeout. She's got 2 left in her pocket. Brad Langston has 2 on his side of the floor as well. And in this timeout, Long Beach has to find a way to score. Time and time again this season, they've been outscored in a single frame, and that has really decided the game. That's what's happened in the last 2 matchups. Long Beach State lost out to Fullerton in this building in the 15-mile rivalry, 84-66 behind a second quarter collapse. And then on the road against UC Santa Barbara, Long Beach was outscored 18-7 in the second quarter on a night where Jacoya Jones-Brown scored her 500th point. Kylie Pepe put up a career-high 17, and Rosie Akot scored 12. It's not for a lack of solid performances Long Beach has lost games this season. It's for a lack of consistency through 40 minutes. And Amy Wright trying to stop the bleeding in this timeout. Out of the break, it'll be Long Beach inbounding with 1.3 seconds on the shot clock to go. 3 low, 1 high off the inbound. Alley-oop to Jones-Brown. She puts up a shot and gets fouled. The inbound play works to perfection as Jacoya Jones-Brown tried to set that ball into the net. She gets hacked and will head to the line. Long Beach gets out of a pickle.
What a setup, JayDe. I mean, just chuck it up, give her an opportunity to throw up a shot and gets fouled.
Jacoya Jones-Brown doing her best Maddie Maxwell and Jake Pizzanti impression there. Did not have enough time to catch and shoot, but had enough time to get fouled, and now she makes the free throw. Up to 25 points now. The duel between Jacoya Jones-Brown and Hannah Wickstrom tonight has been outstanding. Jones-Brown shooting an even 50% from the field. She's 9 of 18 and has not missed a free throw to this point. Looking to make it a 2-for-2 trip from the line. Jacoya Jones-Brown does just that. 5 of 5 now from the charity stripe. It's a 4-point game with 3.5 to go in the fourth. Kaylani Polk across the timeline. Gets it to Minshall on the right wing, guarded by Jones-Brown. Minshall now dribbles, gets to Wickstrom in the corner. Down low to Bria Shine. Shine back up top to Wickstrom on the right wing. Guarded by Mack. Wickstrom gets inside. Gets Morgan Mack in the air. Now kicks it back out to Polk to the corner now. Triple pulled from Chocano. Misses short. Morgan Mack comes away with the rebound. A big stop there for the Beach.
And great defense from Pukas. Had to pick up 2 players right there and was able to do it.
Morgan Mack now top of the key looking for an option. Dribbles to the right wing and keeps her dribble alive. Now to the top for Rosie Akot, who plants her feet, gets downhill, tries to kick it to the corner as she was falling out of bounds and turns the ball over. Wickstrom credited there with the steal as Wickstrom tries to go coast to coast, lost her dribble momentarily and will back out onto the left wing. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go now in the fourth quarter. Kaylani Polk holds at the top as the shot clock winds down. Guarded by Jones-Brown. Polk now will get a screen from Bria Shine on the left side and rolled to the left wing. Kaylani Polk floats a pass down low to Shine. Back up top to Polk on the left wing. Her triple misses short. Jones-Brown pulls down the rebound. Back-to-back defensive stops. Long Beach needs points in the front court now. Jones-Brown calls out a play here for the Beach. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. 72-68 Riverside lead. Jones-Brown inside the perimeter in the left corner. Back up top to Kylie Pepe. Now Pepe will drive inside looking to back down Bria Shine. Her spin move. She bumps off Shine, puts up a shot that rims in. Kylie Pepe cuts the deficit to 2 with 2 minutes to go as Kaylani Polk will take it across the timeline for UCR.
Man, what a shot from Pepe. It just gives her a little hip check, little fadeaway, nothing but net.
Kylie Pepe came up clutch for the Beach against CSUN for their first Big West win of the season and may well come up clutch here again. Brad Langston takes timeout, and so will we. Back on the other side of this break for the final minute and 54 seconds of this fourth quarter on 22 West Radio. Out of the timeout, Long Beach State trails UC Riverside 72-70 with a minute and 54 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Inbound to Bria Shine at the top of the key, guarded by Kylie Pepe. Now she puts the ball on the hardwood looking for an option. Tries to feed a Kaylani Polk, who is back cutting, and it's tipped away and stolen. Jacoya Jones-Brown quickly into the front court. The Beach can tie or take the lead here. Brennan Pukas right wing, guarded by Chocano. Dribbles to the top. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Kylie Pepe inside, gets the ball poked loose by Bria Shine as she turned her back to the basket. The Highlanders could not control, and it'll be Beach ball as the ball falls out of bounds on the baseline. A big missed opportunity there for the Highlanders to force a turnover.
Yeah, and in that timeout, Amy Wright was just rallying her team, telling them to settle down, shook Rosie Akot and told her, get back in this game. It was really trying to get her to settle down.
Off the inbound, Morgan Mack will be the inbounder. Beach go 3 low, 1 high. Brennan Pukas the safety valve, and Mack will find her as nobody could get open along the baseline. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Brennan Pukas holds and gets instructions from Amy Wright. 8 seconds now as Pukas is yet to put the ball on the floor. Hands out to Jones-Brown. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Jones-Brown at the top will have to pull a contested triple and hit it. How about Jacoya Jones-Brown? 29 points. She's tied her career high and put the Beach up by 1. 73-72 with a minute and 5 to go in this fourth quarter. The pyramid gets loud as Wickstrom possesses at the top for the Highlanders, guarded by Brennan Pukas. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Wickstrom crosses over, her spin inside, sees her miss the layup. Wickstrom had Brennan Pukas lost, and now Jacoya Jones-Brown quickly into the front court to Rosie Akot in the corner. Akot took her eye off the ball as she looked to Amy Wright, and Chocano ties her up. A jump ball and possession favors the Highlanders. A turnover there for the Beach as Rosie Akot just took her eye off the ball, Brandon.
Yeah, but what a shot from Jacoya Jones-Brown. Hand in her face. Just money.
Jacoya Jones-Brown put up 29 points just once this season previously against Sacramento State in the gold mine. She's now tied her career high. On that night, she was 9 for 16 from the floor. Tonight, she's 10 of 19. Perfect from beyond the arc, perfect from the free throw line, and she's given Long Beach State a 1-point lead with 44.4 seconds to go. It's a 7-0 run for Long Beach State over the last 3 minutes, a run Long Beach State desperately needed. This game has had wild swings on both ends of the floor, and now Long Beach State just need to hold on through these final few moments.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, JayDe, they need Rosie Akot back in this game. She's kind of lost her focus, kind of is getting buried in the moment a little bit. She just has to settle down, keep her eyes on the ball, as we just saw her lose there, and just really dial in. She had that in the first half. She can do it again in the second half.
Rosie Akot, no points in the fourth quarter, but she has 15 on the night. She's been a consistent presence tonight off the bench, a weapon in Amy Wright's arsenal. Some foul trouble to watch here as well. Michaela Minshall has 4 fouls for the Highlanders. Chocano and Wickstrom have 3. Morgan Mack and Brenna Pukas both have 4 for the Beach, and they're both on the floor now for these final 44 seconds, alongside Jacoya Jones-Brown, Kylie Pepe, and Rosie Akot. It'll be Highlander ball coming out of the break as they won the jump ball. Highlanders have not scored in the last 3 minutes as Long Beach have stormed back into the lead here in the Pyramid. Long Beach just 2-17 on the season, 1-8 in Big West play. Their 2 wins over Hope International and CSUN, both in this building. Highlanders sit at 4-5. They just dropped below 500 with their loss to UC Davis last week. And now they have a chance to take the lead here on this possession as the inbound goes to Polk. 15-second difference between the shot and game clock here. 40 to go in the game, 20 to go on the shot clock as Polk holds near half court. And the Pyramid faithful, who have witnessed a thriller tonight, get loud. Kaylani Polk guarded by Brenna Pukas as she moves to the top. Keeps her dribble alive and gets a screen now from Wickstrom. Pukas stays on Polk to the top for Bria Shine. Shine, plenty of real estate, flips it over to Minshall, guarded by Jones-Brown. 3 seconds on shot clock. Minshall drives, tries to throw it off of Kylie Pepe, and the Beach force a turnover. Rosie Akot gets it up to Brenna Pukas, and now the Beach can hold on to the ball. As Brenna Pukas gets fouled, the Highlanders let a few seconds come off the clock before fouling Brenna Pukas, and now Long Beach can look to ice this game from the free throw line.
And check out this energy, JayDe. I mean, this is something new. I mean, absolutely electric.
Brenna Pukas, who has already scored 9 points tonight, has not made a trip to the free throw line. She's standing alone at the charity stripe. Amy Wright has the other 4 women on the floor in a huddle. This win would mean so much to this team that has been down and out over the past week and throughout this season. Something about this building seems to bring out special performances from these special players as Brenna Pukas puts up her first free throw and hits it.
I mean, absolutely, JayDe. And there's another double-digit score. I mean, just an all-round team win if they can finish this out.
Brenna Pukas has shot just 10 free throws before this game and now goes 2 for 2 in the clutch. Quickly off the inbound, Polk to half court. Highlanders trail by 3. Polk guarded by Akot on the wing. Needs to let one fly to beat the buzzer, and Rosie Akot gets the block. Rebounded by Kylie Pepe, and the Beach defense pulls out another big-time stop. A 9-0 run down the stretch. A clutch 3 from Jacoya Jones-Brown, and a block at the buzzer from Rosie Akot gives Long Beach State their second win of conference play. 75-72 the final score. What a finish.
And look how happy Rosie Akot is. I mean, she was not able to settle down the whole fourth quarter. Gets that clutch block to close the game. You know Amy Wright's going to feel good about that.
15 points for Rosie Akot, none in the fourth quarter, but her defense gets the win for Long Beach State on a night where Jacoya Jones-Brown ties her career high, scoring 29, where Brenna Pukas comes alive, shooting 3 for 5 from beyond the arc, and burying 2 clutch free throws to give her 11 points. It's Long Beach State, who now improves to 2-8 in Big West Conference play with a thrilling win over the Highlanders of UC Riverside.
Yeah, absolutely storybook ending. I mean, I can't wait for how Amy Wright is going to feel. I mean, she was shaking her at the timeout, telling her to settle back in, and there she does. There she goes with a huge, just clutch block. I mean, I can't rave about this game enough, JayDe. I mean, we saw it all. Defense, offense.
And that ball in the hands of Kaylani Polk at the buzzer, who was 2 for 6 from beyond the arc tonight. She was isolated against Rosie Akot on the wing. Had all the confidence in the world. to let that shot fly, and Rosie Akot, who stands 6'2" and has a long wingspan, made the clutch block to seal the win. Long Beach still in disbelief as they break their huddle in the front court. Kylie Pepe has shed a few tears. Rosie Akot is giving fist bumps to the scorer's table. What a win for Long Beach State. The jubilation in this building is unreal. A scarce crowd on hand tonight. Just 654 people had the pleasure of witnessing this win for Long Beach State. And after tonight, Long Beach will go on the road to Hawaii and then come back home on February 5th to face UC San Diego, who currently sit at 8-1 in conference play and look on track for another win tonight against UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah, and I mean, you just have to feel so happy, JayDe, for this team. I mean, they're celebrating. There's tears of joy. There's smiles, JayDe. Coach Amy Wright is smiling, JayDe.
We're smiling, Brandon.
We're smiling. I mean, what a great day and what a treat for these 654 fans. I mean, they were in for something else just one of the most fun games we've had this season.
And one of the most thrilling at that. Cal Poly is up next for UC Riverside. It'll be a trip for the Highlanders up to the Central Coast before they return home for a homestand against Fullerton and CSUN. But all that matters, at least for the next 24 hours, is this game right here, right now. Long Beach pulls out the win against UC Riverside thanks to Rosie Akot at the buzzer. That'll do it for us here in the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. Whew, what a game. Long Beach escapes with their second win of Big West Conference play. Join us on the airwaves tomorrow night as number 2 ranked and defending national champion Long Beach State men's volleyball takes on number 6 Pepperdine live from Malibu. I'll be on the call alongside Bruce Kuntz at 7 p.m. and you can tune in right here on YouTube or online at 22westmedia.com. For Brandon Rodriguez next to me, our photographer Nahansa Ceresa, and Alex Prado on the board. Back in the studio, I'm JayDe Beaudry saying so long and see you tomorrow night.